Greed causes disaster. Once upon a time, when Brahmadatta was reigning in Benares, the Bodhisatta was born as a dove. The people of Benares at that time showed their kindness by hanging straw baskets in various places as a shelter and fun for the birds. The cook of a great merchant in Benares also hung baskets in his kitchen. In this basket the Bodhisatta dwelt, going out in the morning to find food and returning in the evening. Such is the routine of his life. A crow once entered the kitchen and immediately became enamored with it after smelling the salt, fresh fish, and meat within. He was hovering around the kitchen looking for a method to make his desire come true when, in the late afternoon, he noticed the Bodhisatta returning home and entering the kitchen. Aha! He thought, I will do it through the dove. He came back the following day while it was still dark. He followed the Bodhisatta wherever he went as he went in search of sustenance, acting as though he were his shadow. When the Bodhisatta noticed this, he questioned, Friend, why do you follow me? Your behavior truly astounds me, my lord, which is why I followed you. The crow said, You would find it challenging to attach yourself to me because our types of food are different, the Bodhisatta retorted. The crow responded, My lord, as you search for your food, I will also eat, remaining by your side. The Bodhisatta responded, Very good, if that is what you wish, it's just that you have to be sincere. The Bodhisatta wandered around collecting grass seeds after giving the crow advice, and the crow continued to peck at the insects beneath the cow dung until he was satisfied. Then, turning back to the Bodhisatta, he added, My lord, you spend so much time eating, excesses must be stopped. The crow followed the Bodhisatta into the kitchen when he finished eating and went back to his home that night. The cook said, Our bird brought another bird back with him, and strung up a second basket for the crow. The two birds have shared a home in the kitchen ever since. The fish was hung in the kitchen one day by the cook after the merchant had placed it there. The crow made the decision to treat himself to this delicacy after becoming overly greedy at the sight of the fish. He slept all night, writhing in pain. The crow said, Go without me, sir. When the Bodhisatta called out to him in the morning as he was about to leave in quest of food, I feel sick to my stomach. I have never before heard of a crow suffering a stomachache, said the Bodhisatta in response. Even if the raven experienced vertigo every 3 night watches, their hunger would subside if they consumed a lampwick. In this kitchen, you must be aiming for the fish. You should not eat human food, therefore, come with me immediately. Don't behave in this way. Come with me and get some supper. Really, sir, I can't, the crow answered. The Bodhisatta responded, Well, your own conduct will confirm that. Simply resist giving in to greed and maintain your grip. It then flew out as usual in quest of food. After offering this counsel, the chef used a variety of fish species, preparing some in one way and others in another. He put a colander over one of the pots after lifting the lids to let the steam escape from the hot pots. He stopped at the kitchen door to wipe the sweat from his brow before leaving. The cook was not present when the crow's head emerged from the basket at that precise moment. He reasoned that it was now or never for him to act. The main issue is whether to choose a large chunk of meat or minced meat. He chose to select a sizable piece of fish meat and then sat down to eat in his basket after convincing himself that if he chose minced meat, it would take him a long time to be satisfied. It escaped the basket and fell onto the sieve. A click was audible coming from the filter. The cook hurried inside after asking, What's that sound? He yelled, Oh, this evil crow wants to take my master's meal. As soon as he saw the crow, I'm an employee of my employer, not of these criminals. Who is he to me, anyway? He first shut the door before grabbing the crow and removing all of its feathers. The crow was then soaked in the pickle and placed back into his basket after he had crushed the ginger with salt, some fruit, and sour milk. The pain-induced suffering overcame the crow as it lay in the basket, wailing. The Bodhisatta came back in the evening and observed the crow's misery. Greedy crow, you won't heed my counsel, and now your greed has brought you suffering, he cried. The Bodhisatta then flew away from the scene as the man screamed out, I cannot stay here any longer. Right then and there, the crow passed away. The cook eventually dumped the crow, basket, and everything else into the trash.